Ladies, how are you doing?
Amazing.
Good, good. I like the comics in your background. That's
Thank
a nice little
you.
product placement.
I was trying to get creative, I felt like a great background. Maybe I could get a little. And I love the comics as well. You got to understand, like, I'm a comic book fan. So
Oh, good, good. Well, congratulations on the show, guys. It's fantastic. Congratulations on it. Stefania, I wanted to ask you first. Your entrance into the show is quite dramatic. You're in the costume. Not going to give too much away to people that haven't seen it, but I wondered what that moment was like for you, and also how that kind of helped you get into the kind of the mindset of Bear and helped you play her through the rest of the series.
Yeah, Bear comes in with such a big bang, and it felt so empowering playing her, and doing those scenes in the beginning were so helpful to play this character, because she's so strong and she had these incredible costumes. Amanda, our costume designer, is amazing. And so it really, even before we started filming, just being in that big, fluffy bear suit with the mask, I felt like a warrior. And as the leader of the animal army too, this character has so much strength and confidence, and so when I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say this, but maybe I won't go too far, but basically the costumes and the power that Bear begins the show with, it made me feel like,
you're a badass. You are. You couldn't get more badass than you, I have to say. You reminded me of every rebellious moment that I had when I was a teenager, which was like, obviously times 10. And I love the fact that Stefania talked about Amanda, the costume designer, because really it was a collaborative process for everyone to allow us to get into these characters, like between the clothes and the art department, the hair and makeup, like they were really top notch, I have to say. They were all, without them, I don't think we could have gone into it so seamless.
Exactly.
But you said obviously you're a fan of the comics. So I wonder what was if you read the comics before, what was your kind of reaction when you read the script? Because obviously these things can sometimes be made into movies and not quite work. As a TV show,
it actually
quite well.
It worked quite well. And I think it was because they stayed true to the themes, even though they changed the tone of it. The themes are still the same as the comic book. And I think that is the real key behind the success of Sweet Tooth. The fact that these universal themes are there and they're consistent. And even though the comic book is dark, it really allows you, because our world for the last 2 years has been dark. It allows you to escape within the reality of what they're going through at that particular time, and accept this whimsical, almost kind of new fairy tale like adventure. So I really did enjoy that. And I'm a fan of the comic books. They're different and darker, which I really enjoyed, but I also loved the journey that Sweet Tooth as a TV show took everybody on.
Yeah. And Stefania, I mean, there's a great young cast led by obviously Christian. I wanted to ask you about working with him, because I spoke to him earlier and he's dynamite. He's fantastic. Yeah. Working with him and all of these other young actors, you must have formed a bit of your own kind of groups, family dynamic between a lot of you, because I guess for a lot of you, it might have been the first the first couple of things that you've ever done.
Yeah, well, I mean, working with Christian was such a pleasure. We had so much fun filming together, and between takes we would do handshakes and play games together. And even now we do virtual reality together. We like hang out in virtual reality. So yeah, for me, that was one of my favorite parts. It really allowed me to just, relax, because, when you're on set, everything is quite high stakes, and especially in the story, everything's really intensive. So having that relationship with him just really it pulled me through and brought so much joy.
It's a good thing that you said about handshakes, given that we shouldn't really be handshaking now. So it's good that you got those in beforehand. That was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic show. And obviously I'm talking to you guys a week after people have seen it, and the reaction seems to be quite good so far. Would you agree that Are you quite
Yeah.
surprised the fact that people have taken to it so far?
We knew that we had been a part of we've been doing something really special. And, for us, we were doing it at the height of the pandemic everywhere else. So we were one of the really lucky people that got to be in a country like New Zealand that wasn't really as affected by COVID. So we ended up really forming a bit of a family within us because we couldn't get our families to go there. So all we had was each other. And we were creating something super, like it felt very special, but obviously it's surprising and we're in awe and speechless at the way that people have received it. And this is the first time I'm doing a junket after something has aired. So it's a different tone because people have really, taken to it, and the message behind it is so beautiful. So it's just been a great journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing can really prepare you for that response. And when it's all over the world, it's very surreal. But yeah, that excitement between all of us is huge.
Yeah, and you get to see the memes and the YouTube videos and all that stuff as well, which is kind of cool, I guess.
It's been a whirlwind.
Indeed, yeah. Thank you so much for your time, ladies. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey